This is the face of someone who is about to do an August book haul, despite the fact that in their June book haul they said that they shouldn't have bought books because they already had loads of books, but then they've just gone and bought more books, so... I blame YALC, which is the Young Adult Literature Conference or convention, I cannot remember, one of the C words, but not that C word. Anyway, oh my god. Yeah, I blame YALC because they had loads of cheap discounted books and I have no willpower. So earlier in the month, I can't really blame YALC for this one, I got Draw the Line by Laurent Lin, or Laurent Lin. I'm bad at pronouncing things, and also I apologise because the sun has just gone behind a cloud, and if this video is very grey, I will try and fix that in editing, but yeah, sorry. So this book follows a gay teenager living in Texas, which is not where you want to be living if you're a gay teenager, let's be honest, who also draws his own comics, and I think his life somehow becomes intertwined with the comics. I don't really know a lot about it, but it has really cool illustrations and it's about comics and LGBT and teenagers, and it just sounds right up my street, and it's got brilliant, you know, reviews, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. Then I rushedly bought Strange the Dreamer because the UK hardback edition is gorgeous, and I had some random weird feeling that it would somehow go away if I didn't get it soon, which is ridiculous because then I went to YALC and they had loads of copies there, so that was stupid. Anyway, I got it still and it's completely gorgeous, and I went to a few panels with Laini Taylor, who is the author, and she sounds really cool and I'm very excited to read it. Also, the one I picked up in Waterstones just happened to be signed, and she has like the coolest signature I've ever seen. Look how swoopy that is, it's so cool. And basically all I know about this is it's a fantasy novel about dreams, and literally that's all I need to know to sell me on it. I love dreams, I love fantasy, I love the kind of like in limbo, like is this real or is this an illusion type thing. I think it's a very exciting place to be when you're a reader, and I'm very much looking forward to reading this, and also it's so gorgeous, look at that colour. Then I just picked up 2 books on film theory because I apparently don't have enough of those, which is a sarcastic comment because I completely do and I haven't read them yet. I got a book called Life Moves Pretty Fast by Hadley Freeman, and it's the lessons we learned from 80s movies and why we don't learn them from movies anymore. And I love 80s movies, and the quote itself, Life Moves Pretty Fast, is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is one of my favourite 80s movies and like obviously one of the most iconic 80s movies. And I'm very much looking forward to reading this, and the cover is like gorgeous, look at that, it's like a videotape. Then I just picked up this kind of, I guess it's theory, but also kind of like a catalogue maybe. It's called New British Cinema, From Submarine to 12 Years a Slave, the resurgence of British filmmaking. And since I myself, I am a British wannabe filmmaker, I thought it would be good to just kind of get the lowdown on what's been happening in Britain for film in the past few years, so that would be cool. And then I got in a secondhand bookshop because there's one that I just figured out is like really close to me, and it's in really good condition, and it was only £2, and since I've been spending a lot on books, clearly, I could basically use all the discounts I can get. And I got The Hours by Michael Cunningham, and I've heard a lot about the film because it has like Meryl Streep and Julianne Moore in it, and I don't know who this person is, but I'm sure they're also good. And I've heard a lot about it and I really want to read it, and it sounds cool. Meryl says read it. Look at that face. I just realised because of the lighting it's like I'm half in light and half in shadow. Ooh. Someone write a fantasy book about me. Then I picked up volume 7 of Saga because Saga. Do I have to say any more? I'm obsessed, we all know this, it's just good. Why am I flopping it around? I don't know, but it's good. And then YALC happened, and I have got a lot of things from YALC. First of all, I got very exciting sneak peek at Language of Thorns, which is the Leigh Bardugo book of fairy tales that are set in the Grishaverse, and it's very exciting, it's very pretty, and I haven't read it yet, but even if I had, I wouldn't be able to say anything about it because it's like a, you know, advanced copy. But it looks good and I'm excited. Then I got this little sampler copy, and it is meant to just be white. You can hold it in a certain way and you'll see the title, but it's called Clean by Juno Dawson, and I believe it's coming out in 2018? Yeah, April 2018. And it's described as Gossip Girl Interrupted, so a mixture of Gossip Girl and Girl Interrupted, which honestly sounds like it was made for me. So I'm excited to read this sampler and also the actual book when it comes out. Because I got that Juno Dawson sampler, and also because I like Juno Dawson, I saw a lot of her stuff last year at YALC. She was also there this year doing a lot of panels and cool things, so I bought her book, and the reason it has my little name when I post it is because I got it signed, which is really cool, and she's lovely. She's so nice, and I got to ask her a question about writing, and also she moderated the Patrick Ness panel, and I asked a question to actual Patrick Ness and I wasn't sick or anything. Can you imagine? It was cool, and I didn't think I had it in me, but oh wow, it was cool. And then, because she was there, I got 2 E. Lockhart books, and only one I've read of hers is We Were Liars, and I really loved that. So I picked up Fly on the Wall, which is about this girl who's a comic artist, and she literally turns into a fly on the wall, and it's kind of an examination of like locker room talk, because she goes into the locker room, the boys' locker room at her school, to find out what they're really thinking, which sounds incredible and also really funny. And then I got Dramarama by her, which is signed, which is so cool. I don't know if you can even see that, but yay. And it basically follows a drama camp over the summer, and I like drama and it's summer, so I thought I will read that and it'll be great. And also I asked E. Lockhart a question on her panel, so I was on a roll at the weekend of YALC, and that was really cool. I didn't think that I'd be able to do stuff like that. Another thing I didn't think I'd be able to do at YALC, but I did. I went to the teen bloggers meetup that was hosted by Amber, Hannah and Holly from the Teen Bloggers Twitter account chat thing, and it was really lovely. It was so nice to meet like fellow bookish people, and we all just got to chill for a bit, and it was really nice, and got to discuss like what we've been doing at YALC and what books we'd got, and it was really lovely and really nice, and I really hope they do one next year. The last book I got at YALC, which is also signed, is by Deirdre Sullivan, and it's called Needlework, yeah, I thought it was called Needleworks for a second because the thread goes on a little bit of a loop at the end. And I think this is basically about a tattoo artist who's also kind of trying to find her way, and it sounds really good, but I think it also maybe has some magical realism in it, because Deirdre was on a panel about myth, magic and fairy tale, and incorporating that into like new narratives, and she's really cool, and she recommended an anthology which I immediately forgot the name of as soon as she started talking about it, because it just sounded really cool. And then I went up to her at the end and got the name of it, and I've literally just forgotten it again, but I will put it in the description when I remember, because it sounded really cool and this sounds really cool, and I'm very excited to read it. And then the last book, not really a book that I picked up, was Angels in America, and it's a play that I saw and I raved about in my what was it? I think it was my What I've Been Watching in July video. But it's incredible. It's currently on at National Theatre. It has Andrew Garfield in it, and he's incredible, and so is everyone else. Denise Gough and Russell Tovey and like so many other great people are in it, and it's wonderfully written. It's a kind of epic about gay themes. It's about AIDS, but it's also just about what it is to be human, and also what it is to feel love and loss and grief. It's so good, and it's really funny, and it's an incredible piece of art, and the play itself was 8 hours long, but I just kept wanting to go back for more. I would gladly see it again. It didn't drag. I loved it. I kept wanting to go back in. Every interval, every break, I was like, I want to go back. It's so good, and I really can't wait to reread it again, and you know, see all my favorite lines and see how they adapted it from page to play. I love theatre. It's so good, and this one in particular is incredible. Thanks so much for watching this video. I will see you soon with another one. Let me know what you've been buying and what you've been reading and all that jazz in the comments, and cool. I will see you soon. Bye.